Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I'm August and today I'm coming to you with something a little different. So I'm going to be giving you guys a tour of my bookshelf and my book collection, and I just wanted to do this because I feel like this will help me like open up and like talk to you guys and actually share something with you guys like personal, because I feel like I'm always doing makeup and it's just always like fun and I don't really get to, you know, open up and just, not always be doing makeup. So up here I just have my plant. I actually got this from Food for Less, guys. I think it was like $7 and I've had it for like 3 months now and she's holding up well, so I'm happy about that. But anyways, on my top shelf here, this is my poetry collection, and this is like the only shelf that's like organized by genre. Everything else just is what it is, but I really love poetry, and that's why it's on the top shelf and has its own little section. So the first thing I have here is this Tupac book that's called The Rose That Grew from Concrete. So Tupac actually inspired me to write poetry when I was 8 years old. So that's why I have my first publication right next to that book. This is my first publication right here, Seasons. It is a poetry book collection, and I published this when I think I was either 22 or 23. And this was my first self-published book, so I felt like that should be on display right next to my Tupac book. And in the back here, I'm gonna actually pull this out. Give me a second. This is my I don't even know what to call this. This is the Tupac Resurrection book, and basically it just has like Tupac's entire life story with pictures in it, and like even like letters with his handwriting and stuff in here, and like a lot of pictures and things like that. I even have a picture of his passport in here, like everything, birth certificate, everything. Call me crazy, but I love Tupac, y'all. I love Tupac. Behind that, I just have this book, A Subtle Power by Jakara Queen, an old friend of mine, and this was her second publication. I also have her first publication on this bookshelf as well, and this is a book of poetry and free verse, so definitely wanted to keep that up here. Just like that. And moving along to over here, I just have the Jhené Aiko's Two Fish poetry book. Loved this book. I love Jhené. I love her. Then I have the Selected Poems of Emily Dickinson, recommended to me by my boyfriend years ago. I did read some, but I did not finish this, to be quite honest with you guys. But I hope to one day, because, very interesting. Here's a book that I read many times, Phenomenal Woman by Maya Angelou. It's only 4 poems, but I really love these 4 poems. My mom actually handed that down to me. And then I have the Love Poems of Rumi. I love Rumi. I have Inward by Young Pueblo, and I think I finished this whole book. This is a really good book. This book surprised me. This book really surprised me. Not that I was expecting like something less, but I was just like really impressed by it. And then I have my Rupi Kaur collection, Milk and Honey and The Sun and Her Flowers. I read Milk and Honey front to back, but for The Sun and Her Flowers, I feel like I got like more than halfway, but I didn't quite finish it. Then I have this book that just caught my eye in Barnes & Nobles. It's called The Chaos of Longing by, what's her name? K.Y. Robinson. I don't know. The cover is really cute and pink, and that's like my whole life right there. Like everything's all cute and pink, and it has like flowers on it. Like that's so cute. So I just like, I saw it and I was like looking at it and I was like, oh, like this is poetry first of all. So, I wanted to check it out. And I ended up liking it, so I have that. Then I have two Alexandra Ill books. I have Neon Soul and Love in My Language. Y'all, I love her. I really, really love her. Like, I love her work. I follow her on Instagram, like on both her Instagrams, or I think it's 3 of them actually. And I just love her. Like, she motivates me. She's so inspirational. And I actually have her, I even have her Today I Affirm journal. So next to those books, I have this book called The Poet X by Elizabeth. I cannot say her last name, and I won't butcher it like on camera. I'm not gonna do that. So my little cousin actually recommended this book to me, and she wanted us to read it together. But I kind of got like, I read like 25% of it, and it's really good. But I feel like if I was in high school, this would be like, you know, like this would be it for me. And for some reason, I just didn't finish it. I think I still will though. It's a really good book. Like, honestly, it's really, really good. But I know myself, I feel like if I was in high school, I would have read this like 3 times already by now. But, you know, me being a mom and all, just trying to, you know, balance out the time and everything, I only got through like 25%. But this book is really, really good, y'all. And then I have Under the Weather by Marissa Ariel. I actually know her personally. I used to go to church with her, and we exchanged books. I gave her mine and she gave me hers. And her book actually includes like some, you know, personal family photos and things. This is actually a really good book as well. Every poetry book I have is pretty much good because I wouldn't keep it if it wasn't. But next I have Black Queer Hoe, which was recommended to me in a writing workshop that I went to. And I did read some, but not all. I don't mind not reading all of poetry books because you can go back to it anytime. It's, you know, it's poetry. So yeah, I have that. And then I have this book by Tanya Ingram called Another Black Girl. You guys should please go follow her on Instagram and check her out. She is so amazing, so dope, so strong, so just, please check her out. Check her out. I just want to bring this a little closer so you guys can see. You guys, if you guys read her book and follow her, you're guaranteed to be inspired. Guaranteed. Then I have this book called 3032 by Matthew Cuban Hernandez. I actually went to the book signing for this book, so it is signed. I think, oh, you know, I didn't even show you guys like the books that are signed. This book is signed as well from Tanya Ingram. This book from Matthew Cuban is signed. And then next I have My Mother Was a Freedom Fighter by Aja Monet. I actually went and got this book signed as well in 2017. Dang, I feel like that was not too long ago when I did this. But yes, this book is really good. It has even, you know, a little message from Angela Davis on the back. So I think this book is amazing. And I also, when I went and got this book signed, she was doing the book signing with Raina Biddy. So I got my Raina Biddy book signed as well as that. Next I have More Courage Than Few by Poetic Moment, also signed. I love that my books are signed. Okay, but anyways, this book, wow, like this book, it talks about it. Like, it really talks about all those uncomfortable topics, like for women mainly I'm speaking to. I feel like this book really for me personally, it wasn't something easy to read because I feel like it brought back like memories and just things that I buried. And I feel like this, I was just like, you know, like she really talks about it. And I think the cover speaks to that. It's like she's sleeping with skeletons, like, you know what I mean? Like she's addressing those topics that most of us are, like, we run from. So I really appreciate this book, and I get chills when I read it, to be honest. Next, I have my publications. I have multiples because, you know, I had to really really go in with the studying of my books so that I can talk about them when I did my book signings and just when I went out to speak about them. So I had to, you know, have multiple copies of my book. And also for editing purposes, this was my proof of the language. And which one was the, oh, this is my proof of seasons. Like, this was the very first ever printed copy of this book. And you can tell because it has proof on the back, on the last page, on both of them. So these are my proofs. Like, these were the first ever printed that I had to edit and make sure there was no mistakes. And then, yeah, so I have The Language by myself. These are poetry and free verse. Love these. Obviously, I wrote them. So I will leave my links for both of my books down below if you guys are interested in checking them out. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. I'll do a Q&A and answer any questions that you guys have about my books. So here they are. And okay, let me just go ahead and move this because it's just necessary. So of course I have my Holy Bible. I've had this Bible for such a long time. So cute. Like, it has like the little, you know. So my Bible with the little charm. And next to my publications, I have Raina Biddy's A Song for Us and I Love My Love. She has a new book out that I actually don't have, that I need to get, and I'll be getting that soon. Oh, and I think both of these are signed, if I'm not mistaken. I know I bought this, like, when, did I order this one? I think I actually, no, I did. This one I ordered online, and this one I went and got signed. Yep. So I need to get this one signed whenever she has another book signing. I know she's like me, she just had her little one, so. And next to that I have The Sunflower That Bloomed Without Water by Alamaz Shakur. Actually, this is my friend, my cousin. We went to school together and found out that we were cousins, and she wrote a book. Of course I had to buy it, and amazing. It's not a poetry book, but I felt like the cover, like, in the tone of the book was very poetic, so I keep that on my poetry shelf. Ooh, I'm trying not to mess up my little plant here. And then the last two books I have, I'm just gonna pull them out so that I don't have to keep moving my plant. I have Marigold by Deism, awesome book, also signed. And then I have The Love Song of D. Nerd McDonald, which is Dominic Nerd McDonald. I thought this one was signed too, but I guess it's not, because I know him personally as well. But okay. So those are my last two poetry books that I have. Actually, no, I lied. I have two more. I just don't know where to put them. So let me pull them out. I have F-Boy by Sean Slaughter. This is my brother. This is my partner. This is who helped me to design both of my books. He did the interior design, the cover design, but not the artwork. This guy pushes me. This guy is amazing. One of my favorite poets of all time. Actually, I think his spoken word might be on YouTube. You guys check him out. Like, check him out. Amazing poet, literally amazing. Of course, signed. And you see the little poetry symbol that's also on my book. I'm so proud of that, y'all. I'm so proud of that. So I had to show y'all. Ouch, I dropped the Bible. Oh my God. somewhere that it's not gonna fall. And then I have Road to Alva, which is Jakara Queen's very first publication. Very beautiful, full of really nice pictures. I don't think this one's available anymore, but it's a really nice book. I have to figure out like where to put it on here because, you know, they're square books, which I don't have many square books, so I don't know where to put them exactly, but I'm gonna find somewhere special to put both of them because they're awesome books. That's it from the top shelf. Moving along to the next shelf. So here I have my, okay, this is the first book I have actually. This is A Little Bit of Auras by Cassandra Eason. I actually found this in Urban Outfitters, and see, I need to open up and share more. But the reason why I bought this book is because I see auras and I wanted to know what they mean and like what they are. I always like, I don't know, I need to break through because I fear sounding like kind of like crazy because I know everybody doesn't believe in the same things, but that's why I got this book. I found it in Urban Outfitters and I was like, okay, I need to like know what's going on. So I went ahead and grabbed it. I'm gonna actually put this one down here so it'll be easier for me to like slide the other books out. Next I have The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. I read this like a couple of times. One time I read it front to back with my boyfriend. This book, if you're in a relationship, I think that this book is something that if you read it together, you will really see the power in it. It's like a conversation starter. It's a tool. This book is a tool for love, and I think that whether you're single or you're in a relationship, you should read this book. And if you're in a relationship, you should read this book with your partner. That's what I did, and I think that, you know, it's good. Next I have The Voice of Knowledge by Don Miguel Ruiz. Then I have The Fifth Agreement by Don Miguel Ruiz and Don Miguel Ruiz Jr., his son. I have The Circle of Fire, The Mastery of Self, and okay, I'm gonna skip a couple books because this one's down here. I have The Four Agreements. I actually had 2 copies of this, but I'm sending one over to my cousin so that she can read it. But Don Miguel Ruiz, amazing. I love Don Miguel Ruiz. I'm actually going to put these 2 back because I'm not going to pull these ones out. Then I have Rhonda Byrne. I have The Secret, and I think I'm saying her last name right. I don't know. I have The Secret and The Power. The Secret, The Secret was my very first self-help book that I read. And I think I mentioned this book in my 5 books that changed my life video that I will link down below if you're interested in watching. And then The Power, ironically, I think one day me and my boyfriend were going to California Fish Grill, and we went next door to buy, I think, like drinks or something. It was like this, I think might have been a smoke shop, but it had like drinks and like, it was like a liquor store too. So we went in there and we saw this book like on the shelf, and we was like, oh, is this for sale? And he was like, nah, I think somebody might have left it. You can have it if you want it. And I was like, huh? Like, he was like, yeah, it's just been sitting there, so you can take it. And I'm like, well, all right, I like books, I'll take it. Like, sorry to whoever book that was, but yeah, I took it. So here it is. And then next I have Even the Stars Look Lonesome by Maya Angelou. That was handed down to me by my mom, and I love this book. It's really good. Under that I have The Secret Life of Bees, one of my favorite books and movies. If you haven't seen the movie, I mean, if you're into that, because some people might not be into, like, I really like symbolism, like, because I like poetry, so I like symbolism in film and in books, and I feel like this great. And then I have The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I know I'm butchering all these names, but that's a good book, really good book. Then I have No Disrespect by Sister Souljah. I think I read this my first year of college. And then under here, I have Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. Wow. Like literally, his writing is so amazing. The what is it called? The intro, or what is it called? The foreword. I don't know what it is, but I have it written down. Like I studied that like that. I feel like if there was an Oscar award for writing, the intro to that book would get that Oscar. And then I have the Prosaic Soul of Nikki Giovanni. That I need to go back and read because I did not finish. And then I have Queen Sugar by Natalie Essel. Also, as you guys probably know, it's a TV show now. So, and then I have Neon Vernacular by, I'm not even gonna try to say his last name. I'm gonna try, okay? Just y'all don't laugh at me, okay? Kamunu Yaka. Okay? That's the best way I can. Okay? So I'm just gonna leave that as it is. That's a good book though. It was recommended to me by my brother Sean that I was telling you about earlier. And then here I have Sacred Woman by Queen Afua, and this book was recommended to me by my best friend. We tried to read it together, but we didn't get very far. I feel like this book, I feel like I need to grow to the stage of life where I will be able to read this book, because there's a lot of things, like I feel like I couldn't get through the book because I didn't, like it was so many words I didn't understand, like just so many terms I didn't understand, because she used a lot of like Greek philosophy and ancient Egyptian type of, I wasn't ready. Not that it's not a really good book, but I wasn't ready. That's all I can say. Then I have Heart Thoughts by Louise Hay. I feel like this book right here really, really helped me with my anxiety so much. I feel like I really, really needed this book. As you can see, I have like, tabs throughout it. Let's see what this blue tab is. I breathe in love and flow with life. Like it's, first of all, the pages are all just so beautiful. Like they're all so beautiful. I actually got my favorite quote out of this book, which is, I wonder if this is it. No, it's not in here. I don't have a tab on it, but just breathe, you're safe. This book is so comforting. Like that's all I can say. This book is so comforting, and it really, really helped me with my anxiety. And for that reason, I went and bought her other book called You Can Heal Your Life. This one was good, but I didn't connect with it as much as I did the first one. Okay, I'm tripping. So I didn't connect with this one as much as I did the first one, but it also has the really beautiful pages as well. And then I have Tapping the Power Within by Ayana Van Zandt. Let me say her name right. I think I did say it right. Okay. I have Tapping the Power Within by Ayana Van Zandt, and I went ahead and bought as many books from her as I could after I learned her story. I think she published like 40 books before like one of them actually got some recognition. And I don't plan on ever stopping writing and publishing, and I feel like that was just so inspiring to know, like, she published so many books before she got recognized, and that just helped me to just stay focused on just writing the books, putting them out, and not really focusing on the outcome of it, and just doing it for myself and doing it because I want to share something with those who are open to receiving, you know what I mean? Then next I have The Diary of Frida Kahlo. I love her. I love her so much. I actually wrote a paper on her in the 11th grade, and ever since then, I love Frida. Next here I have Maya Angelou, The Heart of a Woman, also handed down to me by my mom. All of my Maya Angelou books were handed down to me by my mom. So thank you, Mom. I think she had like to study these in college or something. I'm not sure, but she had them all. She gave them to me. And then I have Iyanla Vanzant, Living Through the Meantime. I don't think I read this one yet. I think I bought it and I forgot to read it. That happens sometimes. So I need to read that one. And then let me move this out the way really quick. And then next to that, I have Inside a Thug's Heart with original poems and letters by Tupac Shakur. I'll never forget when I was in middle school, my teacher brought this book to class, and I was like, I just never forget. I was so, like, I wanted the book so bad, and I think I found this like maybe 4 years ago, and I finally got it, and I was like, dang. That's how you know something has an impact on your life. I read this book in middle school, and I just got it 4 years ago. So yeah. And then I have what is this? Oh, my sister-in-law gave me this book. It's called Woman Hollering Creek. She wants me to read this, but I haven't read it yet. I just got it not too long ago. So, and then she also gave me The Autobiography of an Ex-Colored Man. I haven't read that one yet either. And then I have Black Sun Signs. It's an African-American guide to the Zodiac, and I thought this was important to have, so I grabbed it. I get a lot of books from thrift books. Like, I can't even, if I went back and showed y'all all the books that I actually got off thrift books, y'all be like, girl, what's wrong with you? And then I have Cain by Jean Toomer. This was also recommended to me by my brother Sean, and I also haven't read that one yet either. So I need to get back into my reading because I need to finish these books. Now we're down to this shelf here. On top, I just have the books that I'm currently reading, and this one book is like something that I'm always referencing. It's called The Only Astrology Book That You'll Ever Need. This is the old edition. There is a newer edition, but I'm always referencing this book, and it's so big, so I feel like I just need it right there. And then I have The Essential Rumi. This is also poetry by Rumi. So I'm working on that. And I'm also working on Assata, the autobiography by Assata Shakur. Amazing writer, amazing woman, amazing book. So back. And then moving on to this little corner here, I just have these in the front. I always planned on getting a what is that called? A calligraphy pen and writing in these, but I don't have a calligraphy pen quite yet. Well, I do, but I don't have the one that I want yet. But when I do, I will be, you know, doing some cute writings in here. And I have my index cards. Move those out the way, as well as my room sprays. Move everything out the way. I'm probably gonna end up putting these books up here because I need these books to be up there. Well, at least my Osho collection. So here I just have a rhyming dictionary that was handed down to me from my dad. I have the book of yoga that my sister got me. And then I have my Osho collection. I was first introduced to Osho by my little sister. And the first book that she introduced me to was Love, Freedom, and Aloneness. So I got this one. And I was just like shook by this one. So I went and bought his collection, which I'm gonna be honest, I haven't read all of these, but I feel like they're still good to have, like, to reference. Like sometimes sometimes I just look at my bookshelf, and I remember like there's been a few times where I look at this one, like the Book of Understanding. I'm like, okay, that's what I need right now. And I'll just go and I'll read a few pages, and I just take what I need at the time from these, and then I put them back. I don't necessarily read them all the way through, but I do take what I need from them from time to time. So I have The Book of Understanding, Love, Freedom, Aloneness, Creativity, Trust, Courage, and Intelligence. That's my entire Osho collection. He does have more books, but I don't have them all. And then I have Creative Visualization by Shakti Gawain. This was also recommended to me by my little sister. And then I have Meet Your Soul. I remember I went to Barnes and Nobles and I saw this book and I just picked it up and I just started reading it in the store, and then I couldn't put it down, so I took it home with me. And then I have How to Be Your Own Genie. I actually got this from my mother-in-law a few years ago for Christmas. So it's about manifesting. So I definitely needed that. That's what I'm on. That's what I'm trying to do. And then I think I'm gonna have to take you guys off of this stand so that I can, okay. So to get to this bottom shelf, I'm gonna have to pull out some tricks. So, cause I have to get on the floor. This bottom shelf is honestly, this is where I got lazy. As you guys can see, it's not really decorated much, like, or as aesthetically pleasing as my other shelves. But I have some important books down here, so let's get into it. I have Just Ask the Universe. This is also a manifestation book that I got from my mother-in-law. And then I have Black Boy by Richard Wright. Just a really great book of literature right there. And then I have To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. I actually read this book in high school and I kept it because I thought it was really good. And then I have Faith in the Valley by Ayana Van Zandt. I have The Coldest Winter Ever by Sister Souljah, another book that I read in high school that I probably shouldn't have been reading, but I read it anyway. And everybody and their mama was reading this book, and when I was in high school. And I remember I had this is like my third copy, because every copy that I had that I lent out, I never got back. So there she is. And then I have The 8th Habit by Stephen Covey. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. This is my Stephen Covey collection right here. I only have 4 books, but you know what I mean? So, I like to read these books and take notes. I don't know, the way that he writes, it always puts a graph or something in my head that I have to draw out. So I really like reading his books. And then I have Primary Greatness and The Speed of Trust. So these 4 books are by Stephen Covey. And then I have this book called How Successful People Think by John C. Maxwell. This was given to me by a mentor of mine, and another really great book that changed my life. And then I have this book called Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. This was recommended to me by my brother Sean as well. And I had his other book, but I lent it out and I didn't get it back. So she's by herself now. And then over here, I just have a few journals and just my iPhone box. And this has all of my stationery stuff in there. And then the very last book, okay, we're gonna go down here because I have this little box in here. This book here, this is a children's night sky atlas. And the reason why I have this book is because when I was very, very, very young, first of all, I was really into astrology, and I was really into the zodiacs. I was into all of that at a very young age. So I remember I wanted this book so bad. I was a little problem, because I went and ordered this book on my mom's card without her knowing, and then it came and she was so mad. But in my mind, I had to have this book. It was not an option for me not to have this book. So I figured out how to get this book, and yep, I read it and I kept it all these years. I think I might have been 7 or 8, or maybe 8 or 9 when I did that. I think I was younger. I had to be 8 or 7. So, yep. Oh, I didn't talk about this thing here. This crate is full of old writings and stuff. I started writing poetry when I was 8 years old. So I have all of my writings in here. And I keep it in this crate because I don't want anybody reading my stuff. You know what I mean? I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my stuff. Okay, guys, that is it. That was my entire collection of books. That was my whole little bookshelf here. Comment down below. Let me know if you guys will be interested in a desk tour, because I'll be interested in giving you guys a desk tour. So just comment down below and let me know if that's something that you guys would be interested in. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave them down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.